Hello everyone. Today we're going to discuss communication, which has been listed by the WHO as a key life skill. Now, whether it's at work when children grow up and go out into work, or it is with team members, or it is in relationships, or with their peers, or friends at school, or teachers, the need to be an effective communicator is an absolutely vital skill. But when children are small and they are toddlers, communication is really about conveying their need. It's about primordial things, about needing a toy or needing to go to the washroom or something to eat. But as they get older, we want children to be able to effectively do their assessment so that the knowledge that they have is translated onto paper, to be able to take part in activities and sports and communicate well. When they become senior kids, it's a lot of thesis writing and project writing, or they participate in things like debates and MUN or theatre, and all of these require strong communication skills. Of course, at work, even if it's about presentations to seniors, it could be a sales pitch, it could be communicating with their vendors or out in the market if they're in sales and marketing, or of course, it could even be about communication within their own teams. All of these require people to be good conversationalists, good communicators. Now, how do you really raise a child who can be good at conversation? Let's start with a few tips that you can start with when the child is young. Now, one of the most important ways to do this is to encourage your child to wish and greet people when they meet them. So I'll give you an example from my own life. My older child was never shy of meeting people and introducing herself, but my younger child did not have this skill inherently. We had to really reiterate, my husband and I, again and again. If she got into the car, she had to wish the bhaiya. If somebody came over, she had to come and wish them. She would initially hide behind us, but we would just keep at it until it became natural, and then we didn't have to work at it anymore. So a few ways that you can do this. This is the first thing you can start with. Then you can start by talking to your children about current affairs. Now, you may think that the TV is on, there's news coming from so many channels, children are in and out, everybody knows what coronavirus is. But that's not necessarily true. You need to spend a little bit of time with your kids, even if it's mealtime, discussing what is the virus, what are they absorbing from it, because things are changing on a daily basis. There's so much new information. What are they absorbing out of this? Talk to them a little bit about current affairs. Another thing you can do is to watch good content. Now, I'm not going to get into movies because we all know what good movies are, what we can watch. There's a lot of other good content that you can sit and watch. These are short documentaries. Of course, we know that there are a lot of good ones on animals. There's Discovery, Nat Geo, all of those. There's another very interesting program, and there are lots of other interesting programs on things like the History Channel. So there's one that my children love to watch called Factory Made. So it actually takes you into the factory and shows you how a certain product is made. Now, initially to introduce them, do this about something that they might enjoy, like how chocolates are made or how ice cream or candy is made. There's another interesting one that we saw where this person had picked up just 3 products that are globally available, like Starbucks and a McDonald's burger and maybe a pair of Nike shoes, and had gone to various countries and bought the same things to compare the cost of these in different countries. So that was a very interesting one to watch because it led to a lot of conversation. You can discuss favorite holidays that you've had with your children. All of these will help your child to confidently talk and communicate. Today it is with people they are comfortable with in front of, which is family. But tomorrow this will encourage them to go out and have conversations with others who they may not know so well. MUN and debates are also a very good way to get your children to talk, to be able to actually put down their thoughts and then convince other people. Convincing is also a very, very important part of effective communication. Another thing I did with my kids was to have interesting small quizzes with them. So I would do a life skills quiz, which is I would tell them, okay, we're in a mall and you're in a store. Suddenly you look around, you can't see us anyway, you're lost. What do you do? So, these are things that you might think come naturally, but to a child, it may not. The child may suddenly get flustered. So it's a good thing to vocalize these, that you would need to go to the counter or ask, and then they would, you need to remember the phone numbers, and that's how they would help us find you. So these are interesting quizzes we would do, and all of these help in good conversations. Another thing that I know somebody used to do, and it really helped his child, is every day you can circle or take one article from the newspaper that you feel is age appropriate for your child and that your child can relate to. And you can set a time that when I come back from work in the evening, or even if you're at home, we talk about this later in the evening, let the child read that article and recount to you in his or her own words what they have understood from it. This is also good because they will stay in touch with what's going on in the world, comprehension skills get better, and also speech gets better. So one is, of course, where does the body of conversation come from? And all these things will help your child become a better conversationalist because there is so many things that they can talk about. The second is how to talk or how to communicate. Now, very important for this, of course, is reading and writing. The more the child reads, they come across more words that they don't know the meaning of, so they look it up or they ask you. All of this helps in vocabulary. And of course, writing. You know, give them small paragraphs to write, interesting little essays to do, all of these, not bookish ones. Give them interesting topics that they like. And that will help in fluency. Then when people come over for dinner, if you have friends or family or you go over, encourage your children to sit and have conversation, even if it's just 5-10 minutes, instead of retreating straight to the TV room. This interaction builds a lot of communication and confidence. And the last thing I want to say is that being a good conversationalist and being a good communicator takes a lot of time to build. This is not a skill that comes naturally to everybody, but it is a very, very important and effective tool for life, be it in relationships or be it at the workplace. So all it actually requires is for you as a parent to invest that little time with your child in having day-to-day conversations beyond just chores and routine things. And that is what will really help your child to become a confident communicator.